Hello lovely people, this is Robin D and welcome back to another Snapshot video. It's 18W47B because I'm quite late to the party, but this is always the better thing because then you get to check out the bug fixes and the bug fixes that didn't really work. So yeah, first of all, I'm right away going to jump in with an added feature, the Pillager Outpost. Now, as you might be able to see, there are a lot of pillagers around the outpost. Now, they seem to spawn around the outpost, and I have actually given me a Riptide trident, so whip me. I can't actually shoot them with it, but I have given myself strength so I can quickly get rid of all of them, because they actually keep spawning around the pillager outpost. So basically, you could make a pillager farm, which obviously would also double as an emerald and crossbow farm, although now killing them in creative mode hasn't given me a single emerald, meaning maybe pillagers don't drop emeralds, but they definitely drop their crossbows once in a while, as you can see here. So basically, I think that one was one I got from a chest, but those two are pillager crossbows. So basically, they drop the crossbows, and as you might be able to see, there are more now. They respawn. So unlike the illagers in the Woodland Mansion, and some other mobs, they, just like witches, respawn around the pillager outpost, as you can see here. And they actually respawn around it in a quite big bounding box, meaning you could make an enormous perimeter around this and make a pillager crossbow and XP farm. Now, I didn't really check how much XP they drop, so let's set my XP to 0. 0. And actually have a look how much XP I get by killing one pillager. So that gave me, I should just switch my game mode. That gave me exactly 7 points of experience, exactly 1 level. So yeah, there we go. Now it's gonna shoot me, isn't it? Well, no chance. Yeah. Oh, that now actually seems to have given me more XP. Or there was some XP lying around, that's also possible. So maybe it gives you 14 points. I'm not too sure, but like something between 7 and 14 levels of experience. So not the quickest thing in the world, but you could make one, and they are absolutely spawning everywhere around this, which is funny, which is really funny, because I'm just going to show you the changelog for 18W47B. Reduce the cluster size of pillager spawning so outposts aren't flooded by pillagers. I think that fix might not quite have worked. I mean, yes, the cluster size is slightly smaller, but now there are more spawning everywhere else. So I'm not too sure if that change really changed anything, or if it's just like they don't group up like they did in the previous version, but they spread out more. But that is even more dangerous. So yeah, I don't know about this change, but let's go into that thing, the Pillager Outpost. So how many bows do we have by now? Yep, they are dropping crossbows by the boatload. Yeah, I just want to get rid of this zombie wherever it is. Let's actually just, and let's hope that this executes at some point, because the lag in so while I'm recording this is immense. There we go. Whoa. Please also kill the items. Thank you. So, on top of the Pillager Outpost is this chest, which can contain crossbows, can contain a random enchanted book, and otherwise can contain carrots, potatoes, wheat, tripwire hooks, dark oak logs, and string, which obviously can be quite helpful, especially string and tripwire hooks you kind of always run out of for some reason if you need them. So yeah, that is the Pillager Outpost that got added in this update, and as you see, they just keep spawning around it, meaning I don't even know, I think they spawn in every light level. So yeah, basically you can't even light this area up because they will keep spawning, meaning the Pillager Outpost really can't be used as a base at this point in time. I mean, this is a snapshot, this is thing to change there, another one popped into existence. So yeah, they just keep spawning in this really big bounding box around the outpost. Now, another interesting thing about the outpost is that it actually makes use of the jigsaw block. Now, I said I usually only cover like things that are really interesting to survival, which this is because this is gonna kill you. But it also supplies you with dark oak logs if you ever want them. I kind of hate dark oak for some reason. I just dislike it with all the passion that I can ever have, so I don't like dark oak, but okay. But it also generates with like those structures, and as you can see, some of those structures have holes next to them. This is where the jigsaw block is above when this structure is trying to generate. So apparently the like turns into air command that the jigsaw block also executes seems to execute one block below it also. So there still seems to be a bit of funkiness going on, because I believe all things that at this point in time that are generated with the jigsaw block have those holes next to them where the jigsaw block is supposed to be when the structure blocks, like, well, when the like structures get loaded. So the jigsaw block has something to do with how this generates. So if you're more technical than me there, you might be able to find it in the code or in the JSON files what the jigsaw block actually does here. Because it like definitely pulls from a certain pool of items, and I guess because they don't want like 2 times the same structure, I guess the jigsaw blocks have the same name, so they will be linked. They will draw from the same pool of attachments, which for the the Pillager Outpost is this thing with the crafting bench and the I nearly said potatoes. Those are pumpkins in it. This thing, and then there's another variation of this, and there can be like shooting target scarecrow type things. Those are the current additions to this, and so the I guess jigsaw blocks pull different attachments for each one of those structures. So I guess this is what the jigsaw does, but yeah, I'm still not really sure. And it's not important for survival anyway, except that at this point in time, it generates those ugly holes. So yeah, that needs to be fixed at some point, because like, if you want to know more about the technical stuff, check out Void's video on the snapshot, because he kind of noticed quite exactly the same things as I did when I first looked at the snapshot. So yeah, he like definitely covered all the technical stuff that I just saw and was like, huh, that's weird. And he also shows off how these structures generate with the jigsaw block, and that apparently the jigsaw block then leaves those holes for whatever reason. Yeah. So far for the for the Pillager Outpost, you can find it. It has a bounding box which you can get from the NBT data of the structure. It can be used as a pillager farm, because just like witch huts, it keeps spawning them in this really big box around it, which I guess is kind of the border, might be just outside this attachment, I guess, like here and here, I guess, will be the border. I don't know about the other side, but you can get the bounding box with an NBT editor if you are interested. So far for that, this cave also seems to keep spawning zombies, which is annoying because they make sounds. But yeah, so from this thing you could get crossbows and enchanted books. I don't know if I had explored this already, but this chest didn't have them in now, but I think it's a like 50-50 for the crossbow, a much smaller chance for the book, and quite commonly the farming items or the dark oak wood, which I don't know why you would want that. Also, that just seemed like a face to me first. That was weird. Anyway, then the other thing that has been added in the A snapshot, besides the outpost, is the raid. Now, A and B have also some more text changes, so look out for those and maybe give him some more feedback. I think by now the sand. I don't know if he has changed it, but it no longer looks that much like carpet to me. So I don't know if it's just growing on me or if he has changed it, but I think because it no longer has like a dark rim on the outside, which it used to have, that made it look like a carpet. And now it's still not quite like the old sand used to be, I must say. I kind of really like the old sand for its really, this is just single grains that have blown there kind of texture, but I don't mind this as much as I minded the first versions in version 3 and 3.1, which was just not all that great, I must say. And now it kind of works. It still is a bit getting used to it, and maybe I'll make my own texture pack where I just change the sand and nothing else. But I think it's slowly getting there, and maybe we will see actually sand that looks like sand. That would be nice. But yeah, what I then also wanted to point out, obviously the second thing that has been added, the raids. And there, the change set, so the change log gets cryptic. So you will read, if you find an illager wearing a banner on its head, be careful not to kill it. If you do kill it, you might find yourself facing a bad omen. If you find yourself facing a bad omen, be especially careful not to walk into a village. If you do walk into a village, good luck. Now, I think Dinnerbone a few weeks back asked on Twitter if people want the changelogs to be cryptic and not contain a lot of info or contain all the info possible, and people voted, I think just over 50, but I think they voted for have everything that you actually introduced and changed in the changelogs. And so then they said that they have this whole automated system of creating the changelogs, and this now all works out fine, and they will be putting everything into the changelogs. And now we get this. Now, I I kind of like the touch, and I mean, this is how Mojang changelogs began. So like Notch would like always put out secret updates and do such things. So this is kind of going that way, but I think more people just like to know things if they want to check out the changelog, and if they don't want to check it out, then they just don't look at the changelog. It was supposed to be like this, and they kind of work with this, which I'm not totally sure about, but okay, whatever. So what does this mean? Well, it, there is a new effect. Now, I first thought that the bad omen was going to be a player NBT data, and I couldn't find anything. Then I watched Izuma Void's video because I was like, what's the bad omen? Because I also couldn't find a pillager with a banner. Just as I was watching Izuma Void's video, I found a pillager with a banner. We called it a small bit, which I'm going to put in here in a moment. And then I found out what the bad omen is. So I am going to put a clip in of me being completely confused as what is happening, and not really intending on putting this into a video, but I was recording it, so you will see it in a moment. But basically, if you now find a pillager patrol where the pillager is wearing a banner, which is apparently now much rarer than it used to be beforehand, it will give you an effect called Bad Omen. So basically, this effect. Now, in Izuma Voice's video, he also couldn't find a villager with a banner, so he was unsure as to how long this effect goes. This effect, as soon as you're given it, goes forever, meaning you technically have this effect, basically. You have the bad omen forever. It will then also show up like this in your effects bar. So this effect stays forever. However, if we now locate ourselves a village, and maybe I'm not gonna put the footage in from before. That's the zombie village. Yep, that's the nearest village. That's the zombie village. So I will put in the clip that I have recorded before. But if you get to a village which isn't a zombie village, because this one is. So if you get to a non-zombie village, then you will lose the bad omen effect, but something else is about to happen. So roll the clip here. Okay, let's test this out. I just saw a pillager with a banner. This is, by the way, a zombie village. So the pillagers are not killing the zombie villagers here. Most of them burned up anyway, but I just saw a pillager with a flag on its head. And I want to find it. Here he is. So let's kill him, and now I've got an effect called Bad Omen forever. So I now have the Bad Omen, and if I now go into the village, which I obviously can't find any longer. I mean, I just have to teleport to zombie villager, but there we go. The zombie village. If I now go here, what happens? Except that the zombies try to attack me. I mean, this already was a zombie village, so apparently I can't bring them any bad omens, as it seems. So I guess that didn't quite work. The lag in this thing is enormous. I mean, now I'm recording, so the lag is even worse, but that is quite a lot of lag. So let's just go in creative, go to the next Pillager Outpost. Okay, let's try this again. Here we have a village. I have got the bad omen, and I'm going into the village for the first time. Let's do this in survival, if the game lets me. Yes, okay. Because it says in the change log, then good luck if you go into a village with the bad omen. So here we go. Hello, dear citizen of the village. Okay, so the bad omen is gone. What happened? You still look normal. Okay, so there is water particles coming out of the villager when I like when I use click him with the golden apple. What if I do this with an ender pearl? Also, yep, so apparently you then can no longer trade with the villagers? Is that the idea? So that's... Oh, and now comes a raid. Okay. I see. So this is also one of the new features that they added. But where's the raid coming from? And who is raiding what? I mean, that guy is pretty safe up there. Well, where's the raid? Okay, there they are. Go away, go away, go away, go away. Oh, it shows you the remaining mobs. Nice. Okay, so that's the wait then. And what happens if it is over? Then it's over. And can you then again trade with the villagers? Yes. Okay, so that is the thing. If you now kill a pillager with a banner on their head, then they give you the bad omen, and the next village you come to will apparently then be raided by 5 pillagers or so. Interesting. I hope I didn't miss anything in that whole thing. But yeah, so like now, additionally to the pillager patrols, we now also have the pillager raids, which happen to villages when you come into them with a bad omen, which you often will do because I guess you will often kill a like pillager with a banner. But the bright side is you could always kill them with TNT or something else. Yeah, so I guess there now will be the like the like race of people to find a way to kill pillagers without the player killing them. That's going to be interesting. Okay, so then at the end of this clip, we can just take a look at all the remaining changes and bug fixes, especially that got made here. So, the like world gen has been slightly amended in 18W47B. So I guess this is one of the bugs related to this, that world generation logs warning empty or non-existent pool. This, I guess, is because of the jigsaw blocks that get loaded in with these structures that then do something. So apparently there was an error with that. Then blocks appear elsewhere in the world when they update. This is actually related to another bug that I recently saw on the bug tracker, which apparently meant, which like didn't happen to me because I just broke everything in creative mode and it worked fine. But apparently when you broke a dirt block, it would just reappear somewhere else in the world. And apparently that's fixed now. So that was a weird bug that I didn't run into, but apparently other people did run into that. So that seems to have something to do with the render more than the world gen. But yeah, that was weird. Yeah, a lot of problem with Rails that I didn't run into at all. There is also now one on the bug tracker which says that if you place a TNT minecart on top of Rails, it goes like all crazy. I also couldn't find this bug, so maybe it was fixed. Yeah, the bug that pistons are no longer redstone transparent. This was shown off by Ilmango in his bugs of the week video of this week. So this seems to have now been changed. This is actually one I know how to test out, so let's just attempt that. So I need a redstone repeater, a torch, and I guess something to push. And basically the thing was, if you had a piston and a block, and you would hard power the piston, it would, as long as it was like unextended, also power other blocks. I think it wasn't pistons, but whatever. So if I do this, it doesn't do it. And if I switch the piston on the side out for a redstone lamp and the front block for a piece of obsidian, then it shouldn't power this redstone lamp, which it doesn't. So this is good. This has apparently now been reverted. which means that things that relied on pistons not being able to be hard powered, which actually was a lot of contraptions, still will work. So that got fixed, and barrels facing south have a rotated front texture. Okay, that got fixed, and in 18W47A, I like always thought this was an old bug that leashes do strange things, but apparently that was just because of coming from the snapshots. So that is fixed now, and yeah, eating block entities make lava particles, that apparently got fixed. Dying shulker boxes doesn't work, got also fixed in this update. So yeah, this is the now newest snapshot. We might have another one soon after this video goes up on the coming Wednesday, because I don't know when this video will go up, so maybe by then we will already have a new snapshot, but yeah. And yeah, I just found this zombie village because I was locating villages, and I think then had the bad omen and teleported to this village, and it was like, why is nothing happening? And then I was like, oh, it's a zombie village. So if you want the coordinates of this thing and the seed, there we go. There you might find yourself a zombie village. Thank you very much for watching, and bye bye.